Leadership is often envisioned as a grand act of strategy and vision, but its most transformative power lies in the humble, daily practice of how we speak and listen. This book argues that the bedrock of exceptional leadership is not a complex management theory, but the intentional use of positive communication. By mastering 5 fundamental elements: greetings, questions, compliments, encouragement, and deep listening, leaders can cultivate an environment where people feel seen, valued, and motivated to contribute their best work. This approach transcends the transactional nature of many workplaces, forging human connections that fuel engagement, innovation, and resilience, whether your team is across the hall or across the globe. The journey begins with the simplest human ritual, the greeting. Far more than a polite formality, a genuine greeting is a powerful act of acknowledgement. It signals to a person that they matter and that they belong. Research across fields from education to healthcare shows that a warm, personal greeting significantly boosts performance, satisfaction, and trust. For a leader, making this small investment of attention sets the entire tone for a relationship. It involves physically or verbally moving toward someone, offering a moment of undivided presence, and initiating a connection. In our digital age, this principle extends to written communication. Starting an email with a personal touch or ending it with sincere thanks bridges the virtual gap. By consistently greeting with intention, leaders lay the first stone in building a culture of respect and psychological safety. Once a connection is established, the next tool is the art of the question. Great leadership is less about having all the answers and more about cultivating collective wisdom through curiosity. Shifting from closed, directive questions to open-ended inquiries unlocks potential. Asking "What are your hopes for this project?" or "How might we approach this challenge?" does more than gather information. It sparks dialogue, invites ownership, and signals that you value your team's insights. This approach revolutionizes standard practices like performance reviews, transforming them from critiques into forward-looking conversations about strengths and aspirations. In group settings, skillful questioning draws out quieter voices and fosters collaborative problem-solving. Even in conflict, a leader's curious "help me understand your perspective" can diffuse tension and pave the way for mutual understanding. By embracing inquiry, you shift from being the sole source of direction to a facilitator of discovery. Building on this foundation, the deliberate use of compliments acts as a powerful catalyst for morale and performance. A compliment is a mirror held up to an employee, showing them how their strengths and contributions are perceived and valued. This reflection directly shapes their self-concept and motivation. Yet, in the rush of daily tasks, this tool is often neglected. Effective compliments are not vague platitudes, they are specific, timely, and sincere acknowledgments of concrete actions and their positive impact. The balance of feedback is critical. Environments where positive recognition outweighs criticism see dramatic gains in engagement and loyalty. By making the effort to identify and verbally affirm the unique strengths of each team member, a leader forges deeper relational bonds and creates a reinforcing cycle of appreciation and effort. While compliments recognize past achievements, encouragement fuels future effort by connecting daily work to a larger purpose. The core of encouragement is helping people find meaning in what they do. A leader accomplishes this by consistently communicating the why, illustrating how a team's output serves a greater mission, protects a client, or advances a shared goal. This involves sharing context, celebrating milestones, and helping individuals align their personal vision with the organization's work. Encouragement also takes the form of supportive communication, offering relevant advice, empathetically alleviating distress, and refocusing an individual's attention on their own capabilities during setbacks. This strategic support builds resilience and fosters a future-oriented mindset, ensuring that passion and purpose endure beyond temporary obstacles. All these tools depend on the keystone skill of deep listening. This is the active, fully present engagement with another person that makes greetings sincere, questions insightful, compliments meaningful, and encouragement resonant. Deep listening means silencing your own internal commentary to truly hear not just the words, but the emotions and intentions behind them. It requires patience, openness, and the suspension of judgment. For a leader, this practice is non-negotiable. It is how you gather the nuanced understanding needed to guide, support, and inspire effectively. It builds profound trust and demonstrates that you value the speaker as a whole person. When a team feels deeply heard, they are more likely to speak up, take risks, and commit fully. Ultimately, this framework presents leadership not as a position of authority, but as a practice of human connection. The cumulative effect of warm greetings, curious questions, genuine compliments, purposeful encouragement, and attentive listening is a workplace transformed. It becomes a system where people are psychologically safe to innovate, emotionally invested in collective success, and empowered to perform at their peak. This approach requires consistent intention, but its rewards are a more agile, loyal, and inspired team, and a far more fulfilling leadership journey.